Hello and welcome to Python tutorial. Today we're going to discuss about authentication and why it's important, and I will do a little coding. It's basic level, just to understand how to use while loop and understand the process of authentication. Now, authentication is the process or action of verifying the identity of a user. It's very important because it enables organizations to keep their network secure by permitting only authorized user to get access to resources, maybe to the system or data, etc. So during uh, this tutorial today, we're going to focus on while loop. We're also going to work on some operator, and that is in. We'll discuss it while we're working, and you'll have a better understanding about it then. And we're also going to work on lists. Okay, so let's start our work. First of all, I'm going to define a list of username. What is a list? List is sort of arrays. Okay, so the array in Python, you can say, is called a list. So for example, I'm gonna say my list one. You can say list one, or you can say I'm gonna say username users. Users is equal to, and I'm defining a list right now because we are not using a database or a file to read the username and password. So I'm just defining some of the usernames, and we'll check from these username from this list that if the user is an authorized one, authenticated user or not. Okay, so I'm saying guest. Let's say, what else we can say. We make an username student. Let's make a username teacher. So I'm defining three members in this list, and I'm defining some passwords here. So I'm saying passwords is equal to, I'm saying let's the password be 123. Let's make another password that's very famous, that is password. It's one of the very common passwords used in most organizations, and of course not a good one, not a strong password. uh, After that, of course, first thing we have to do is ask the user to input their username. So I'm gonna say define any variable. I'm saying user one, and I'm saying input enter user name. Now, whatever the username it read, I'm gonna check if that username exists in the list or not. Okay, at this point, I'm not asking for the password, or I'm not checking for the password, because only if we have a valid username, only then we'll start working on the password. So I'm writing while user one. Okay, the keyword is in. So if I say while user one in users, it means I'm checking that if my input that is stored in user one is already available in the defined list. But of course, I'm going to do opposite, because I'm saying that uh, if my username is not correct, it means I'm going to give a chance to enter another username. So I'm saying while user one is not in users, it means it's an invalid user. So I'm going to ask again user one that enter invalid username, and then I'm saying try again. So here the user will enter the username again. If you want, you can just use this as a print statement, this message as a print statement, and then ask to enter username again, and you can just print a statement here to show that the user has entered an invalid username. Just a message here, and then ask for the input. Once it is done, you must it will what will happen in this while loop, it will check if the user one is not in users, it will keep running. So it will ask again for entering the username until the username is valid, and then it will go out of the loop. Okay, so let's check and run the program to see for any to find any errors. If there's any error, we'll fix it right now, and then we'll proceed. Enter username. So the valid usernames are guest, student, and teacher. I'm just gonna enter like TE, and then so it's saying invalid username. I'm gonna give it a try with the wrong username again. Invalid username. So every time you'll enter a wrong username, it will keep giving you a chance to enter a valid username. Now I'm gonna give a valid username. So I'm saying guest. When I press enter, it will proceed and the program is finished because we haven't coded it after the while loop, so it's not showing anything else. So once you got a username, valid username, now you can ask for the password. So I'm saying I'm going to ask for the password. Now passwords, usually when we are entering a password, it is in the form of static, so it doesn't show up. In Python, we have to use a special method, that is get character, or we can use getpass method to enter a password. I'm going to use getpass right now. Getpass is a special method which will help and which will not let your input appear on screen. So how we are going to do it? For example, I'm going to show you first with input. So I'm asking the user to enter your password. So once I'll run this program, so of course the program will ask the username, and I'm saying guest, enter your password. So for example, if I enter the password 123, it's appearing. Now with the get pass, this 123, when you'll enter it, it will not echo on the screen and it won't appear. Let's change your input statement with get pass. So where you have written input, here you can write on get pass. Before you write on get pass, you must import it also. So just before this get pass statement, I'm saying from get pass import get pass. If you'll not do this statement, it won't run, it will give you an error. So once the get pass method is imported, now you can use it. So again, once you have taken the password, you have to run it. Let's see what is the difference between input and get pass. I'm going to run the program again for that. So it will ask for username, and I'm entering the username guest. It's asking for the password. Now when I'm entering the password, you can see it's not appearing on the screen. Okay, but it's running. Okay, so again we're going to check the password again. I'm going to use while password, and I'm going to use the list in which we have provided all the valid passwords. So I'm just gonna write on while. Now the password that we have taken from the user is in password 1, and I'm gonna check it in this list of passwords. I'm gonna say if while password 1 is not in passwords, give the right name with the right spellings, then you write on invalid password. Try again and ask the user to enter the password 1 again. Enter your password again. Now, at this point, there could be a situation when the person doesn't know about the username, or we can limit our tries that we're going to give the opportunity to re-enter the username or to re-enter the password. How we can do that? We can just use a simple variable as a counter. So I'm saying I'm defining a variable. I'm giving it in. I'm initializing it with the value 1, and every time we will let our username. We'll let our user to enter their username again. I will add 1 in this variable. So it's sort of a counter. Okay, it will keep counting how many tries we are giving. With this counter, we can actually put it here, and we can check in the same while loop that if check is small than less than 3, keep running this code, otherwise go out. Or we can do another thing. We can actually check within this while loop. We're gonna nest it with an if loop. If check is greater than or equal to 3, or you can say greater than 3, then what should we do? We should print sorry, please try again. Like we just want to tell the user that okay, no more tries, 3 tries are more than enough. So we're saying sorry, please try later, and I'm going to say bye. Okay, so saying this, we have to exit from this program. There are two different statements that we can use for exit. One statement is called break. Now the break only helps to break the loop. We want to exit the program because if we'll break the loop, if we'll go out of this while loop, it means we're going to ask the password. We don't want this one. If a user doesn't know the username, there is no point to ask for the password. So we want to go out of this program. So this break will actually just break the this while loop. We'll just stop this while loop and will take us out of this while loop. I'll run this program so that you will understand the purpose of break, and then I will show you the other statement which will help us to stop the full program. Okay, so let's run the program. I'm entering an invalid user so that we can try for 3 times. Invalid username, invalid username. Okay, so we have given a try for 3 times, and this is 4th time, and I'm entering an invalid username, and it's saying sorry, please try later, bye. And then it's asking for password, which is of course a logical error. It doesn't make any sense. So we want to go out of it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop the program, and I'm gonna use something. I'm gonna import a system file. So first of all, we have to write on import sys, and then here I'm gonna write down, let me try this one. So I'm saying that stop the program. It will help me to stop and exit from the program. Okay, so I'm just gonna give it a try 3 times and see if this time it can stop the full program or not. No, no, and no. Sorry, please try later and bye. So it's not gonna run the code after that. So we're gonna use this function here. I hope it will make sense to you. Please try again. You can make more changes in it to make it more valid. For example, here I've written guest and student and teacher as a username. You can have only one password for all the 3, a valid password. You can even remove the spaces, extra spaces from start or end of the input when you're asking the enter the username, because sometimes user just enter a space in the end, and that